a 28-year-old Bolgatanga biker who is now on a cycling expedition to Accra says 3 key factors inspired him to embark on the journey. James Kumbeni advocates for green mobility, particularly the usage of bicycles, which have no detrimental influence on the environment. He says engaging individuals on a trip to Kumasi and their reaction provided him a picture of how uninformed people are about climate change and the need to educate and sensitize Ghanaians about the phenomenon impact. Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin spoke with James after the crew arrived in Kumasi.
In 3 days, James has already covered over 540 kilometers from Bolga to Kumasi. Today, Thursday, he would begin the remaining journey from Kumasi to Accra, which is about 250 kilometers. Considering the distance covered by James so far, you should be seeing him in Accra latest by Friday. But let's engage James about the challenges, great moments, and the lovely people he met on his way to Kumasi. We would also talk about environmental sustainability. What inspired you to embark on this challenging journey of riding bicycle from Bolga to Accra?
You use your bicycle doesn't really produce any carbon emissions. So I said, no problem. Let me actually use my bicycle to actually promote it as an alternative means of transport. So if I promote it as alternative means of transport, we are shifting towards green transportation. And if we actually move to green transportation, what it means is that we are actually going to reduce carbon emissions in the atmosphere. And in the long term, we are also trying to control climate change, which is now a very big problem. So with all these, I said, I need to do something. I have to protect the environment. It's very important. So this is the major thing that actually sets me off to this journey. But aside that, there's someone called Joel Atinga. Joel Atinga is actually embarking on a Guinness World Record attempt in Accra. Yes, he's very young like I am here. So the thing is, how can I also support other people? How can you support the young ones who are growing? As young as I am, if I need support, I would want people to. So if he also needs support, we would have to support him in whichever way. So I also said, let me use this, my trip, to also throw my support for him, that is to encourage him to also do well. If he does well, he puts the whole of Ghana on the map for us. You know, if he promotes kebab, that's what we have here. In fact, we are going to boost tourism. So all this, we are putting Ghana on the map. So with this, my trip, I decided to throw support for him. Aside that too, since I am actually promoting bicycles as alternative means of transport, that is looking at green transportation to reduce carbon emissions and reduce or to actually handle or tackle the climate change issue, I also talked about safety for cyclists. Yes, we actually share the road. Yes, and also one thing is that the roads are not really friendly to cyclists. Yes, it's like we cyclists were not really considered when they were constructing these roads. So with this, my trip, I'm also trying to send a message across that cyclists need to be protected. We need to be safe. We shouldn't be knocked down just because we are using bicycles. And the roads too shouldn't just be constructed for just some other road users. When they are constructing the road, whatever they are doing, they should also consider cycling.
So let's look at the challenges that you faced along the way and how did you overcome them?
Vehicular smokes. It was a big challenge for me. When they are passing by, the smoke alone would want you to either stop somewhere else or to pedal faster and pass them, which is actually, in fact, this particular challenge gave me motivation to even pedal harder because it's one of the things I'm trying to reduce. Yeah, so one thing is the smoke from vehicles were really not good at all for me. Very important. And also one thing is drivers really were not really paying attention to cyclists. You see you're on the road that's just at the edges and you see a driver just drive by you. So if the car mistakenly touches you, you're off. You know, you are knocked down somewhere. So one challenge is how other road users were not really friendly to me on the road. Yes. How did I overcome this? So when I see a vehicle coming, I just move, I get up the road. Yes, I just get up the road a bit and they pass, and then I take the main road. I actually came with a road bike. It's not a mountain bike or a gravel bike. Those bikes are just meant for the third road. So if you are just off the road that's in the sun, you can actually fall. So whatever it is, I would still have to get back to the main road to ride.
When you were coming, did you notice any difference in the challenges faced by people along the communities that you passed through?
I saw some women and children actually carrying water along the roadside. They were actually in a queue. They were moving like in a queue form. So one thing that came to my mind was they don't really have drinking water, so they have to go somewhere else to fetch the water. So it's one challenge I also, one community problem I actually observed when I was moving.
What advice would you give to others considering embarking on a similar journey or seeking to push this your own physical and mental limits?
Yeah, there are a whole lot of issues that we can all solve, and with the bicycle I know we can use it to make a whole lot of changes in society. Yeah, so for anyone who wants to embark on an adventure like this, I would actually advise the person to do it and do it very well. Yes, there's no need saying the distance is far, as long as whatever you are going to do is going to benefit people and benefit community. You may suffer a little bit on the road, but it's not going to be forever. I'm doing 5 days on the road. After 5 days, I'm done riding. Yeah, so anyone who wants to actually embark on a trip like this, I would advise the person to actually take a problem like I have done, and also see how the person can use his cycling to actually solve the problem, because what I believe is that cycling can solve a whole lot of issues. It's not just riding to benefit you yourself alone, but when you ride you benefit others. There are times that you ride and people are interested and you introduce them to it and also get the benefits. So you see that it's not just directly on you yourself, but the society. If we are able to reduce these carbon emissions, which I know it will, what will happen is a whole general benefit for everybody. So anyone who wants to actually embark on something like this, I would advise the person to pick one issue in the community, in the society, and actually go hard on it, because the issues are many and one person cannot solve all. We must all come on board. So anyone, anywhere who wants to actually embark on a cycling trip to promote something like this or something different, I would actually advise the person to do it and do it very well, because we need it now.
Okay, so looking back on your journey from Bolga, what lessons or insights have you gained about yourself, Ghana, and the human spirit capacity for resilience and adventure?
So one thing I've learned is that people don't know. I think information still needs to be sent out to everybody, because sometimes we talk about, when I meet others and then I'm telling them what I'm doing and the benefits it will bring, they think like once I'm riding, I'm getting it just on me. So one thing is that.
Right, so James is riding all the way from Bolgatanga in the Upper East region to the Greater Accra region. And according to our checks, he's expected to touch base in Accra by the close of today, Friday. And this is phenomenal. I want to congratulate him for this journey. This is what we should be aiming for in the Guinness Book of Records, not some other things.